Okay to come in? It's only me. How are you then?
It's come on real bad this last 5 minutes.
What, like a headache, like?
Yeah, don't worry, it's all right. Nothing fractured. I've seen the x-rays.
So they won't be keeping you in overnight or nothing like that?
I'll be fine once the painkillers start working.
Thank God for that, eh? Must admit I thought for a while when you were, you know, how cold like. Is it all right to sit down?
Yeah.
So listen, I've been thinking, when they give you the all clear from here,
Right.
what we'll do, I'll take you back to ours, we'll get you things,
Oh, listen.
and then we can go away for a while, can't we, eh? Maybe back to Southport for a couple of days, back to that hotel. It was good there, wasn't it? Hey, you can rest up there, and then we can... You've changed your mind, haven't you?
No.
Yes, you have, Jack. I can see you're not sure anymore.
It's just...
It's that lad of yours, isn't it?
I can't give up on him, Ron.
Yes, you can. You've got to. You've got to let him take over your whole life, Jackie. Listen, if he hadn't have broken in, we'd have been gone by now. We'd have done it, we'd have been away. Them two wasters, they've sucked us dry. Give in, love, give up. Let them go to hell their own way. Jackie, it's not your responsibility anymore. It isn't, love. Your responsibility is to yourself. To find some happiness, sweetheart. Some peace. Listen, I'll tell you what. I'll sell the business, all right, and the house. And we'll start up something together, eh? No, come on, tell me. Where'd you fancy living?
Anyway,
Anywhere at all, Jackie, you choose.
it's a dream, Ron.
It isn't, Jackie. We can do it.
How can we ever be happy?
Of course we can be happy.
We'd have to walk on too many people, you know. I mean, it's not just Bev and Jimmy, it's your kids, it's my kids. We'd make them so unhappy. We'd poison everything. We'd start hating each other.
Jackie? Where is she? Jackie Colkill. I want to see her. Where is she?
Her husband's in with her at the moment.
You are? I'm her husband.
Dad, listen. Excuse me? I don't know who you are, but you can't just go...
Sorry, mate. Where have you been? Tell me.
Mr.
Colkill! I had to find out second-hand from that Farnham woman. Oh, my God, Jackie. What's happened to you? You right? Let's have a look.
Dad, listen, I've got to talk to you in private, right? There's something I've got to tell
Have
you.
you had your x-rayed?
I'm sorry, there are too many of you in here. Mrs. Corkill needs quiet.
I'm all right, nurse, honest.
5 minutes, then. I'll be back to do your stitches.
Put a uniform on some women to turn into Joe Starling. Hey, listen, Mom, thanks for getting her here. Seems to be a bit of an habit, this, isn't it, eh? One of my family down to the Aussie. So what happened, Jack? Did you fall or what?
Yeah, there was this mat, you know, at the top of the stairs, and I tripped.
Ah, she never tripped over any mat. It was him. That little pile of rat droppings.
You what?
I'm sorry, love. He's not getting away with it. Your lad broke in.
I needed a fix, Dad. I was desperate.
And when me and Jackie caught him in the act, he went crazy. He thumped the one. She went crashing down the stairs.
It wasn't quite like that, was it, eh? Dad, look, it was them doing...
You hit your own mother? You did that to her?
Oh, you don't know what she was doing, lad. She was...
You're lucky you're in casualty.
Leave it.
Because with a bit of luck, they might just be able to sew the bits of you back together again.
Jimmy, stop it. That's enough.
Dad, but I found a pair of them
He's
and...
dangerous.
Tell him, go on, just tell him what you were doing.
I'm going to. No point in any more lies, eh?
Well, what's going on?
You'd have found out today anyway. I'm leaving you, Jimmy. Properly this time.
Me and Jackie, we're going away. Together.
They were kissing Dad right in his bed. I saw them.
You're...
I've had enough, Jimmy. I'm leaving you.
You and...
I saw them, Dad. They were kissing
Oh,
right, that's
get out,
why.
Jimmy, will you?
No, but go on, just tell him...
Get
I
out,
been
will
cheating
you?
on him, will you?
What, you and him? Ah, I don't believe this.
It's true. We're going away together. Today.
How long's this been going on?
Weeks.
Oh, well, I must be blind. Must be stupid. Well, I should kick your head in. I should kick the guts out of you. Jackie, you can't love him. Jackie, you can't. Tell me, will you? You don't love him.
She doesn't have to tell you anything. I love her and that's enough.
Is this true?
Here we go then, Mrs. Corkill. Can't promise you any fancy embroidery, but I'll do my best. If you two gentlemen would just like to pop outside for a couple of minutes.
Jimmy, I...
Yeah, could I have a word with you regarding the old house?
Feels like I'm underwater or something. Like nothing's real. Don't worry, Ron, it's not you. Don't fool yourself. It's not because she's fallen for you, it's because she can't stand me.
Nurse.
Remember when I first met her?
Mr. Ronald Dixon.
Saturday night down the Mardi Gras. Remember all that?
Ron?
She was only 16.
Oh, love, thank God for that. What happened, eh? I was scared on my wits' end, all that blood on the doorstep.
Yeah, well, it wasn't
Have
me,
you
don't
seen the
worry.
doctor?
Bev, it wasn't me. It was Jackie.
Jackie Cole? Oh, thank God for that. It's all right, though. The version I got, it was you. You're the one who had to be rushed to hospital. So what's happened? What happened to her?
Better tell her that, hadn't you?
Mr. Corkill?
Yeah?
Also not now.
Ron?
She wants to see you.
Who? Which?
Well, she said her husband.
I'm her husband.
What's she calling you Mr. Corkill for? God forbid, eh? So, what happened to her?
No, love, this isn't easy. I don't know where to begin.
Hey, she's not seriously hurt, is she?
No, it's just, well, it's a nasty cut, that's all. You know, a lad broke in.
What? To ours?
Yeah, and it'll...
Oh, that's it. I have had it up to here with the Corkills. We're moving. We're going to the estate agents now.
You just listen for a minute.
Excuse me, Ron. I'm talking.
Bev, will you shut up and listen? I'm sorry, but... you and Jackie Corker were all the way together.
Where? You mean you were there? You're joking. You serious? You? And that skinny little tramp? I don't believe it.
I love her, Bev.
No, you don't. You can't love her, Ron. You love me. You do. You and Jackie Corkill. Is someone having me on here? I mean, is this you've been framed? I don't understand this. I mean, when could you and her? Graham Mason in Huddersfield, eh?
There's a hotel in South Pole.
Where is she? Let me see her. Because she'll have more than a cut by the time I'm finished with her.
Bev, don't you touch her.
Hey! You dirty little tramp!
Behave yourself,
I've got patience in
Keep
here.
your nipple out of my mouth! Stick to your own body and leave mine!
You can't be falling in here. And get security down now. Will you just please clear this space now? I'll call security. I'm just giving you one more chance to get out.
Someone else will have you! Get off me, you adulteress! And you're the kind of slut that gives women a bad name!
Did she hurt you? So, you're ditching me for him? After all we've been through together?
Because of what we've been through.
Have you ever once stopped to listen to yourself? Or even think? You are a serious embarrassment sometimes, Beverly. Do you know that? With your spoiled, spiteful little girl act.
It's not an act.
What's the pity of it?
I thought you were happy. I thought I made you happy.
I am. I was happy.
Did I do wrong?
Nothing, Bev. You haven't done anything wrong.
It's me, hanging with a rock solid. You and me, Ben and Taylor and Merseyside.
Yeah, well, they got divorced. Twice.
I would do anything to make you happy. Sex me. Look, I know that we hadn't had any for ages, but that's not my fault.
Actually, it is, Bev.
So that's it, eh? You were a bit desperate, and Gorgil once, she was just offering herself on a plate. Okay. So you had a fling. People do, but that doesn't mean that...
Bev, it is not a fling. I love her. I need her. I want to make a new life for her.
Me, Mrs. Dixon, now.
So you've turned up, have you? Didn't think we'd see you again.
Oh, listen, Dad. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's your mother you should be apologising to.
Oh, I was off my head. I was going crazy for the fix.
Oh, yeah. All comes back to that in the end, doesn't it, Jimmy, eh? Drugs. Why did you have to contact us again, eh? I was doing all right till you came along. I was doing fine. Working hard, stopped dealing, doing everything by the book. I was even beginning to like myself a little bit. And then you show up.
I'm sorry.
And I'm back to buying drugs, back to robbing cars. Your mother leaves me.
I'm sorry.
Stop whinging on about how sorry you are, will ya? It's too late for sorry. You've destroyed us, do you know that, Jimmy? Well, how much more damage can you do, eh? Hey, how much more? Well, I've got it. I've got it, yeah. Hit me this time.
Jimmy, for goodness.
Come on, hit me. And do it hard. Finish me off, eh? Well, why not, Jimmy? Because you've wrecked everything else for me, haven't you, eh? Driven your mother into Ron Dixon's arms.
It's not about
Right, well, get in there.
It's not about
Get in there.
Come on, Jimmy.
Get in there, go on.
It's not about
And don't you dare move an inch,
nothing
Jimmy.
to do with him.
Because I'm telling you, if I see you outside of this room
Jimmy,
again
it's
before
not
you're
about
clean
other
as smack,
people,
you're
Jimmy.
dog meat.
It's about us. We're the problem. You and me.
Bev. Bev, you don't have to do this. Stop it.
It's ruined the shamble, a lot of it. Is this where he found you, eh? There, Jimmy, in my bed, you and her.
No, no.
So where was it then?
We were just... Bev, we haven't Look, love, I know you don't believe me, but it's not really about sex, me and Jackie.
So what did you get up to in Southport with it, eh? Crazy golf. Course it's about sex. Oh, stupid thing. I love this bed. I've always wanted a bed like this. This bed is us. I don't understand it, Ron. I've done everything. I've run your business. I looked after you when you were sick. I mean, what have I done that's so wrong?
Bev, you've done nothing wrong, love. Believe me, it's all my fault.
Must have been spiteful and childish.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't have said that.
Well, that's what you've thought.
No, I don't. It's just...
What?
You're not exactly childish. You're... young.
You're leaving me because I'm young.
Yeah, suppose I am, love. But look at me. I'm 50 next year. Overweight, 2 heart attacks. I'm starting to think Crown Green bowling looks exciting. Believe me, Bev, you can do a lot better than me.
Don't want any better than you.
But you should. Because I'm wasting the best years of your life. You want babies, don't you?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean...
And I know I'm being dead selfish about this, but I'm too old to start all that lark again. What you need is somebody young enough to be a proper dad to your kids.
I don't want anyone else. I want you.
But I'm no good to you, love, am I? Be honest. I mean, look at you. You're lovely, you're young, you're full of energy. And what am I? Hey? I'm just another pathetic middle-aged bloke trying to find his lost youth. These days, Bev, I just want the quiet life. I want me Sunday roast, I want pie and chips.
I could do you a roast.
I'm not talking about a nut roast, love. I want beef and a nice tender piece of lamb, pork sausages.
If you want me that much...
Bev, no, please. Don't betray your principles, love.
Please, Ron. Please don't leave me. Also, without you, I've got no home. I haven't got a job. You're the world to me.
Bev, don't do this to me, please, love.
And don't do this to me.
Look, I better tell Michael and Jacqueline before they hear it on the grapevine.
Yeah. Before everyone starts laughing, pointing the finger. God, how humiliating. I ordered your Christmas present the other day. Eternity ring.
And what makes me really sick? You want to know what makes me really sick? Hmm? You. Yeah, you and your double standards. My God, when I think of the lectures I've taken off you. Oh, get off the drugs. Give up the thieving. Well, we don't have to worry about power cuts in this house, do we, eh? Because we've got your halo. We're flaming dazzled by it. And there's me going, oh yes, love, no love, 3 bags full, love. I do everything to please you, to live up to your standards. And all the time you're bouncing round in bed with Ron Dixon. Well, it makes me want to throw up thinking about it. That fat, pompous little grocer pouring at you.
He's not fat, he's not pompous. And he hasn't touched me.
Oh, yeah, not much.
For heaven's sake, Jimmy. Do you really think I've got the energy for a bit on the side? Me and Ron, it's about affection and trust, not sex.
Oh, is that right? Is that right? Oh, couldn't you do the business then?
Don't be so crude, Jimmy. And don't you dare sneer at Ron. He's been a good friend to me. He's been like a rock.
Oh, a rock? Oh, well, fine, great. Oh, well, if he's that wonderful, what are you waiting for, eh? You better go with him, hadn't you, eh? Well, go on, then.
I'm going.
Good, well, go.
I'm going.
Yeah, that's right. Leave me yet again. Give up on your son. Yeah, well, don't worry, you'll be back.
Not this time, Jimmy.
Yes, this time. Just like all the other times. Yeah, well, I hope you've got a nice sexy little number there to get our Ronnie babes going.
I have, actually.
Getting to be a bit of an habit, this, isn't it, eh? How many times is it now? Well, go on then, go!
No. Why should I?
Well, what are you waiting for? Oh, you want me to beg?
You go. Why should I always be the one who walks out and ends up homeless?
Me? I'm not going anywhere.
20 years of your crap, Jimmy, and I've had enough. I don't want you here anymore. You get out.
So, what's this about then?
Yeah, why the summons?
Well, it's quite difficult, really. I don't... No, the thing is, me and Bev, we're splitting up. That's it, really.
So, who is he then?
Oh.
This fella? Who is he?
Oh, right, yeah. I see. Thanks, Jack. Thanks very much. She thinks I'm having the affair.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
It would. I have never been unfaithful to your father. I've had offers. I've had plenty of offers, but I have never even been tempted because I love your dad. So, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Jack.
Leave Bev alone, Jack. It's not her. It's me.
Your dad's got another woman.
Is it me mum?
You knew.
Well, we sort of guessed, you know.
Jackie Corkill? Are you off your head?
Jackie, be careful what you say, eh?
You mean everyone knew? Everyone guessed except me?
You leave me mum for her, you break me mum's arse, and now you're ditching her for the Corkill. Oh, I don't believe you.
Jackie, it's more complicated than...
No, it's not, Dad. It's dead simple. You make a commitment to someone, you stick with them and you make it work. What's complicated about that? Oh, I don't know what's the matter with you. You're like a kid at a sweet shop. God, if I ever show any signs of getting married, just remind me, eh? Just remind me about me dad.
You can stop that now.
Why should I feel responsible for you?
Because you still love me, that's why.
I want you out my house and out my life.
No, admit it, go on. Admit it, you still love me, don't you?
I never loved you.
You're lying.
I felt sorry for you.
No, you're lying, Jackie. You're lying. Look, you'll get nothing from Ron Dixon. Nothing. No passion. Nothing, Jackie. And look at Coco. That's all you can expect of him.
I like Coco.
No! You have to pick me up and throw me out physically. Because I am not budging. Look, Jackie, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. Look, okay, I know it was tough with little Jimmy. I screwed up again. I've done everything wrong. I know that. But I'll put it all right. Look, I'll take it away. You know, anything you want. I'll do anything, Jackie. But I am not losing you to Ron Dixon. Where are you going?
Finish packing. If you won't leave, I will.
No, listen.
I'll say solicitors to monitor.
No, you're not going with him, Jackie, please. No,
Let
no.
go.
Look, I'm on my knees.
Jimmy, will you
Jackie,
get off?
I'm on my knees. I'm
Get off
groveling.
then.
I'm groveling. Is that enough for you? No, Jackie, I'm nothing without you. Please, please don't leave me. I'm finished if you go. And go! Jackie, no! You don't love him! Jackie! Jack!
The drama continues tomorrow on 4 at 8:30. Next tonight, live coverage from the Tate Gallery of this year's Turner Prize, with Jarvis Cocker amongst the guests joining Sheena MacDonald. And on ITV, Thief Takers.
Michael, where have you put the... Oh. Hiya, love.
Josh is with Arlene. Come to get me stuff.
I'll leave you to it, then, eh?
No, you stay where you are, mate. It's your house after all. I was only ever a temporary lodger.
Bev, this isn't how I wanted things to end up, you know.
Save it, Ron. You've made it perfectly clear how you feel. I'll just get me stuff and then I'll be out your way.
feel awful.
And what about your son? He's scared of his own shadow. Just gonna leave him too? What about these fellas who are after him?
It's too late. He's made his decision. I can't help him anymore. I haven't got the energy.
Don't go, Jack.
You're wasting your breath, Jimmy.
Do I have to go down on my hands and knees again?
Well, it didn't work last night. I don't see why it should today. I'm gonna ring Val.
Thanks very much. Bye. Oh, why aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on my way. You left your house keys on the side. What's this?
Oh, just my attempt at taking the place a little bit more upmarket. Bev's finally decided to trust me with ordering the supplies, so I'm having a fine old time. Ordering new stock, researching suppliers.
Just like old times, eh?
Yeah.
Adding a little sophistication to the area, eh?
Well, it'd take more than that. I mean, there's a name for a start. Bev's Trading Post sounds more like a Wild West knocking shop.
Yeah, well, I think you'll find that could be going.
How do you mean?
Would you believe that Ron Dixon and Jackie Corkill are having an affair?
What? How do you know?
Bev just told me. And in front of Ron. I didn't know where to put myself.
Oh, poor Bev. How's she seen?
All right, Mr. Simpson, I was just about to knock at yours.
All right.
I don't want to put any pressure on you or anything, but I just wondered if you've read the book yet.
No, I haven't had a chance. I've been very hectic at work. I'm hoping that I'll get a proper chance to look at it this weekend.
All right, well, I'll call back next week then. I just think if it becomes a bestseller, you'll be able to say you're the first person that read it, eh? See you later.
See you.
I can't keep storing him forever.
Well, what am I going to tell him?
The truth?
Oh, what, that his book is probably one of the most atrocious pieces of writing I've ever had the misfortune to read.
You can't lie to him, you know.
Why me? I mean, I'm just the humble manager of a bookstore. I'm not some literary agent. Any sign of our son and daughter today?
No, I'm beginning to worry that they're really keeping something from us.
Yeah, well, let's hope not. Look, I'm late. Keep up the good work, and you never know. Now that Bev's gone, you may be in line for a promotion.
Oh.
So, what's your plans for today, then?
Oh, nothing exciting. Sign on. Might have a flutter on the GGs later.
Could try cleaning the flat. It's like a pigsty. Oh, yeah.
Hiya, Terry. Hiya, Jack. Just on my way to the farmhouse. No rest for the wicked, eh? Oh, it'd be lovely to be pampered once in a while. The days seem very long when you're working and you're on your own.
Oh, yeah? Tell me about it.
Hey, you're still a young man. You've got plenty of time to find someone. It's not so easy for the likes of me and your father. We're knocking on a bit. Time's running out for us.
You speak for yourself, Julia.
No. All I'm asking for is a little bit of companionship. Someone to share a cuppa and a shortbread with. Oh, my God, is that the time? The farmhands will be wondering what's happening to me. Have you gone to the bathroom by now? I see.
See ya. You want to get in there, you know.
Behave yourself. She's not interested in me.
Oh, come off it. She fancies you. You can tell by the way she's just been looking at you.
Nah. Me and Julia could have had something going a few years ago, but I lost out, didn't I? Ron Dixon's dad beat me to it.
Oh, yeah, Cyril. He's dead now, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, so why don't you go for it to ask it out?
Nah. I couldn't.
What have you been doing out there?
Digging your grave. Thought I'd do a Mandy Jordash.
Come on, Bev, don't be like this.
You know, I only planted asparagus because it's supposed to be an aphrodisiac. Needn't have bothered, should I? Nothing wrong with your libido. Maybe I should have gone off having affairs, living up to what everyone expected me to do. Certainly did myself no favours playing the happy housewife, did I? Do you know how long we've been seeing each other now? Nah, didn't think you would. 3.5 years. That's how long it's been since we first had our snog in the Legion. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course I remember.
Longest I've ever gone out with anyone. First time in my life, I never thought I had a future with someone. Mad, isn't it? For all that time, you never trusted me for 1 minute.
That's not true.
Doesn't matter now. The point is, all I ever wanted was you. Didn't want anything else. All I wanted for me and you was for us to get married and have kids of our own.
That's right. Me, Bev, party animal. Just wanting to settle down with a middle-aged shopkeeper and live happily ever after. And after all of that, you just go running off with her from across the road. Her of all people.
Bev, what happened with me and Jackie? It's not just some sordid affair. It's more complicated than that.
What's complicated about it? You're just bored with me, so you're kicking me out for someone else. You're surprised at someone over 20.
I just wish it were that straightforward, love. I really do. But I couldn't go on pretending everything's okay. Just gotta do what feels right inside.
Yeah.
I take it you got one of these too.
Well, what is it?
It's a letter from the police. They're going to charge us both.
Oh, God. Well, do Mum and Dad know?
No, I waited until they left their house before I opened it. They're not going to be able to cope with this.
We better make sure they don't find out then.
Of course they're going to find out. We can't keep it from them.
Do you think the police have been speaking to Max?
Yeah, they must have done. And whatever he said must have made them think it was worthwhile charging us.
I just didn't think it would come to this. So what happens now?
We'll be charged. Court case. Maybe prison.
We're not criminals. We're not a danger to society. What good's it going to do locking us up? I won't go through with it.
George, they are going through with it. So what are we going to do about Mum and Dad?
All right, Julia. Sorry for coming round like this. All right if I come in for a sec?
Well, it wouldn't be very professional of me. I am on duty.
Oh, I just want a quick word.
Well, so long as you're gone before Mr. Crosby gets back. He gets very possessive, you know. He'd be fuming if he thought I had another fella in the house.
So, you and Bing got an item then, eh?
Well, not exactly, but I think he'd like us to be.
But you wouldn't.
Between you and me, Jack, I still don't think he's quite got over G moving to the Provident. It's in France, you know. So, I wouldn't want to rush him into anything.
Yeah. Right. It's just that... Julia, I was wondering...
Jack, hello. Didn't expect to find you here.
Oh, yeah, I was just popping in for the word with Julia.
Ah, well, I have had the most enthralling day. I've been down at the library doing a little more detective work, and I think I may be on the verge of a major breakthrough.
Go away.
Yes. You see, I hit on this idea of searching through back copies of the local newspaper, and I've come up with a list of 4 local men who all mysteriously disappeared around the time that our victim met his end.
Shouldn't you leave all this to the police?
No, I don't think so, Jack. I could well unearth something the police have overlooked. It wouldn't be the first time.
So, what makes you so sure that one of these names belongs to that body under the club?
Ah, well, you see, all of them fit the bill perfectly. They're all, as I say, local, all in their early to mid-20s, and they've all remained unsolved cases. Everything points to one of these 4 being our mystery body.
Oh, it's so exciting, isn't it? Dave could be on the verge of catching a murderer. Oh, well, I'd better finish off. Oh, now, Jack, what was it you wanted?
Oh, nothing.
Well, you said you wanted to have a word with me.
Oh, it's nothing that can't wait. See you around, eh? See you, Bing.
Where's Jimmy?
Out.
Where?
Don't know. Should have just left him out there, shouldn't I?
What?
Should have left him in France. Sort out his own problems. None of this would have happened then.
Wish I'd stayed in France myself. If I had the guts and the money, I'd love to do what Pat Farnham and Jean did. Just pack up and move to another country. A million miles away from here.
you'd still be stuck with the same problems. Just be sunnier, that's all.
Look, don't go blaming Jimmy for all this. I'm leaving because of you, not him. I don't like the idea of being married to someone who goes out on the streets to buy heroin. Who even knows where to start looking in the first place.
Well, of course, I know. We can't change the past, love.
No. But some people can leave the past behind them.
I bought it to help our Jimmy.
Oh, and you made a great job of that, didn't you? I mean, where is he now? Probably in some park with a needle in his arm. Being beaten up by them dealers who are chasing him.
Jackie, I'll throw him out. I'll throw him out. I'll wash my hands of him completely. I'll do anything if it means you'll stay.
I can't, Jim. It's too late.
Finally decided to show your face, have you?
Jimmy, where have you been?
What do you care?
Less of your lip.
Oh, take it you're going, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't expect me to be all upset about it, right? Because you've never really been there for me, have you? Neither of yous.
Your dad's going to look after you, son. He's going to get you back on your feet.
Him? He can't even look after himself.
Right, I'm going.
Look, Jackie, please, don't leave me.
I don't believe him, Ernest. You're begging her to stay after what she's done.
Why don't you just shut it? Eh? You were the cause of all this.
Ah,
Everything was going just fine until you showed your face.
don't start blaming me for all this, right? It's not my fault if my ma's a slag, is it?
Don't you ever speak about your mother like that again. Now you sit there, right, and you just keep your mouth shut.
Get off me, right?
Shut it! Get off me! Shut it!
Is it any wonder I'm going? I couldn't stand another minute of all this.
Jackie, please. Please. I'm begging you.
Right. This is it then.
Bev, love, I don't want you to just get off like this.
I won't stop with me.
Well, Josh, for starters.
Go now, mate.
Right. When do I see him again, Bev? We need to make proper arrangements.
You are joking, aren't you?
No, of course I'm not.
I don't feel like you need to do the decent thing, Ron. Josh has nothing to do with you. It's Mike's.
Hey, hang on a minute. Don't start involving me in all this. We've always agreed that Josh was me dad's, well, emotionally, like.
Yeah, well, that was before he decided he didn't want to know us anymore.
Aren't you bothered about this? They're taking Josh away.
Oh, wait, have you been through all this? Josh is really not my kid.
But I brought him up as my own since the day he was born. You know how I feel about him. Bev, as far as I'm concerned, he is mine, and you can't just take him away from me.
Well, you should have thought of that before you decided to play the field. And as far as I'm concerned, Ron, Josh stopped being yours the day you decided to run off with another woman. You've lost us, Ron. You've lost me, and you've lost Josh, and you've only got yourself to blame.
Bev? Hiya, love.
Hi.
Just come to check if everything's all right, you know.
Look, I heard that Bev was leaving. Obviously saw you both earlier.
Yes, she's gone. So, looks like you got your work cut out from now on, doesn't it?
Does that mean that you'll definitely be keeping the shop on then?
I've got to. It's me bread and butter.
I thought with you having retired and everything.
Don't you worry. Your job's safe. In fact, I'm going to need you more than ever now. How are you? Why don't you get off, love? I can lock up here.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's nearly time for you to knock off anyway, isn't it?
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Ta-ra now. You look how I feel.
Just call round to tell you where I'll be.
Val's. Why?
You know why? I couldn't spend another minute in that house.
No, I mean, why not mine, Jack? Bev's moved out now. There's no problem.
I couldn't, Rob.
But I thought that's what we both wanted.
Anyway, I've already called our Val and told her I'm on my way.
Well, at least come back for a cup of tea.
That's it.
Oh, come on, love. What harm can a cup of tea do?
All right. 1 cup of tea. Is it okay if I go and fix myself up in the back? I must look a right state and need the loo.
Yeah, of course it is. The doors are locked to upstairs, Jack. And then we can go back to ours, decide what we're going to do from here. Sorry, Arcade, it's just about to close.
I was just wondering if you could help us. We're looking for someone we believe lives locally.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, James Corkill. Do you know him?
Well, actually, I know 2 of them. Unfortunately. Which one would you be after?
Early 20s?
Drug squad, are
you? Yeah, that's right. Drug squad. We've been wanting to talk to Mr. Corkill for quite a while now.
Number 10, Brookside, close officer. Just drive round the back of the shops and you'll see the road on your left. I think he's in there now.
Thank you, sir. You've been a great help.
Yeah, glad to help. That lad deserves everything that's coming to him.
We'll see what we can do.
Oh, feeling better now? Right, well, I'll just get this place locked up and we'll have that cuppa, eh?
Oh, I'm cracking up in here. I've got to get out.
Oh, you want to go out, do you? Right, OK, fine. Well, you go out then. You just pack your bags, Jimmy, and get out now.
What?
I have had it up to here with you. All I ever wanted to do was to help you, do you know that? And look where it's got me. I've lost your mother. I've lost everything because of you.
All right, but you can't do that, Dad. What about the dealers? They'll catch up with me.
No, I have had it, Jimmy. I've had enough. I wish to God I'd left you out in France. I must have been off my head to think you'd ever change. Well, that is it. It's over, Jimmy. If you want to wreck your life, that's up to you. Just go out and kill yourself, see if I care. I'm going out. And I want you gone by the time I get back. All right?
What a mess.
Yeah, well, don't let him make you feel guilty about this, Jackie. Remember, he's the one who drove you to it.
I don't know what I feel anymore.
Yeah, love, but now you have left him.
Yeah, well, just because I've left Jimmy doesn't mean you've automatically won. Wish it was that simple.
But I thought the reason that we put ourselves through all this was so that we could be together.
I've already told you how I feel, Rob. I need more time. You can't expect me to just fall into your arms.
Yeah, all right, love, yeah, I know that. And I don't want to pressurise you into doing anything you don't want to do, but I really think that you would be better off staying here. Look, why don't you stay here just for a couple of days, Jack? Stay on the sofa, love, no catches. There's no need to go to Val's. And I mean, we have come clean with Bev and Jimmy, haven't we? So we got nothing to hide. What'd you say?
Hello, young James. We've been looking for you all over the place. You've missed your deadline.
Oh, all right, Mr. Rowlands. Look, I have got your money, right? But it's just that it's not here. I can't get hold of it until next week. Just give us a few more days, that's all I'm asking. Come on, just a few more days, eh?
Sorry, lad. Your time's up.
Oh, hi. Just wanted to make sure you were still alive. Yeah, you better come in.
I wasn't expecting to see you here.
I was beginning to think you both left the country. So, how is everything? Fine. Nat?
Yeah, fine, fine.
What's happened, Nat?
There's no point lying, George. Mum, we've got a problem. Oh, Nat. Come on, George, there's no point keeping this secret. They're going to find out eventually.
Find out what?
We got a letter from the police. They're going to charge us.
Oh, so this is it then?
Look, the last thing we wanted to do was involve anyone else.
Oh, well, it's a bit too late for that, isn't it? Because we are involved, all of us. Even Dan. What's he going to feel when he finds out? How's he going to react when he learns the truth? Because we can't keep this a secret from him. We can't keep this a secret from anyone. The whole world is going to know about this.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, Jimmy.
Next tonight on 4, Gabby Roslin scoops them all and gets cosy with the male half of one of the most successful TV comedies of the moment, Gabby and Friends, after the break.
See, the police have gone. How's Lindsay?
Well, she's gone to sleep at last. She was crying after night. So is Jackie not back yet?
No. Do you fancy giving us a hand sorting these lights? I think the fuse is gone.
Seems a bit strange putting Christmas decorations up at a time like this, Dad.
Michael, I'm just trying to make things as normal as possible, son. Everything's gone back to front round here these past few weeks.
Oh, yeah, look at this. There's Jimmy.
I don't want Jackie spending time with him.
Oh, come on, Dad. Their son's just died. I mean, just remember what you were like without Tony, eh? You can't expect them to just behave as though it hasn't happened.
All the time I took persuading her to get away from him, and now she's back over there.
Well, it's just going to take a bit of time, innit?
Yeah, you're right. Tried to go too fast, haven't I? Shouldn't have rushed her. Now everything's gone off at half cock. I let Bev and Josh go. I can see myself ending up here on my own.
Dad, you're letting yourself get wound up over nothing here. If you want another score, just talk to her, eh?
Yeah, but maybe it's too late. Maybe she won't come back. After this happening.
Thought you were staying at your pals.
Been at Ron's. On the couch.
So why are you hanging round here?
There's things to be done, aren't there? At the funeral.
There can't be a funeral. Not yet.
Why?
Because he was murdered, Jackie. They can't release the body till the investigation's finished.
Well, when's that going to be?
I don't know. Police didn't say. Why did this have to happen to us? All those years we didn't see him. And then he comes back.
I think I'd like to see him.
No. I don't want you to see him. Not like that. Just remember him how he was, eh?
Tortured with drugs. Scared stiff of the people after him.
Jackie, please.
He said it was our fault. Everything was our fault.
No, not yours. It was my fault. I was never a proper dad to him. I was never there for him till it was too late.
All right, mate.
Ah, Jack, good morning.
Hey, what's the score on this murder, eh? Said on the radio that it was something to do with drugs.
That wouldn't surprise me in the least. The dead boy's father's been inside for drug trafficking and burglary and Lord knows what else. He's got a criminal record as long as your arm.
So, could be one of these drug feuds, then?
Well, it's quite likely. It wasn't very long ago that someone turned up in the middle of the night on the close and opened fire on the Cork Hill house.
Get away.
Probably the same bunch of gangsters that came back and murdered his son.
Hey, maybe you should play Columbo on this case, eh? Instead of on some anonymous body from 30 years ago.
Well, actually, Jack, I have been doing a little bit more research on our mystery body. I've got some newspaper cuttings from the Central Library.
All right.
I went further into the 1966, 1967 cases, looking for newspaper reports of all mysterious disappearances.
Yeah.
Well, you know I said I had 4 possible names for the body. Well, I've managed to eliminate 2 of them.
Are you going to tell the coppers about this?
Oh, I should think so, Jack. Could be of interest to them, don't you think?
Yeah, it's just that, well, I wouldn't mind seeing these newspaper cuttings and all that myself. Before you hand them over, like, I'll nip by later, if that's okay.
Yes, fine. I'd be happy to show you what I've got.
See ya.
I can't read this name on your invite list. What is it, John someone?
John Riley. He's the window cleaner on the Corky estate.
Hey, maybe we should have a guard of honour of window cleaners, all waving the chamois as we come out the church.
Do we have to do this today?
We can't leave it any longer. They're late enough as it is.
Just that it seems a bit off, you know, after everything that's happened, sending out wedding invites. I mean, shouldn't we be over the road with your Jackie and Jimmy?
I think they're better off on their own for a bit.
But it's only 2 weeks off. I mean, your Jackie's not going to be in any fit state to go to a wedding, is she?
Well, it might take her mind off things.
They don't even know when they can have the funeral. I mean, it could be weeks. Could even be the week of the wedding.
Are you saying we should postpone it?
No, but I mean, your Jackie's just lost her son. She's just split up with Jimmy. But she's going to need all the support we can give her, isn't she?
Do you think you need to tell me that? Us getting married isn't going to stop me being there for our Jackie. So I'll get on with the invitations, eh?
I couldn't help noticing that you'd just put some flowers down, but surely the body hasn't been identified yet.
No, I know, but I don't want you to think I'm eccentric.
Why should I think that?
Well, my brother disappeared 30 years ago, just like this poor fella. We lived round here. He went out for a drink one night and just never came back. We never saw him again. So, whenever anything like this is in the news, when I think there's any possibility it could be my brother, I always leave some flowers, just in case.
And have you done that many times?
More times than you can imagine in 30 years. Look, I won't take any more of your time. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll find to put them in the right place.
Look, just a minute. I've been doing rather a lot of research into the identity of this body myself.
You? Why?
Nothing morbid, I assure you. Just curiosity, I suppose. Look, let me introduce myself. My name is David Crosby.
Stella Campbell.
How do you do? What was your brother's name, by the way?
Harry. Well, we called him Harry, but actually his name was Henry. Henry Fraser.
Henry Fraser?
Is he on your list?
Well, he was until just recently. Maybe he still is.
What are you doing?
Can I come in? Just wanted to see how things were. Offer me condolences to Jimmy. All right. Look, I just came round to say how sorry I was about your Jimmy. I know you and me don't exactly see eye to eye, but well, he was your lad after all, wasn't he? So, have you heard any more? Have they got who did it?
We haven't heard anything. We can't have a funeral until the police investigation's finished.
And when will that be?
They can't tell us.
They want to shift the backsides. If they'd have shifted themselves the other day, none of this would have happened. Them two coppers who were looking for them the other day, if they'd have shaped themselves and got round here when I told them, then little Jimmy would have been in custody before whoever murdered him got in here.
What coppers?
CID, drug squad by the look of it. They came round the shop asking for your lad's address. I was just so mad with him, love, for what he did to you. I told them.
Hang on. Did you ask to see the warrant cards? For ID or anything?
No, they
Oh, my God. Two fellas who look like they might be busies come round asking for his address. And you just give it to them. You sentenced my lad to death. They were the thugs who were out to get him. They weren't bloody coppers. You killed him! Well, you finally got what you wanted, didn't you, Ron, Revenge. Got your revenge for your Tony by sending those two round to murder my lad?
No, it wasn't like that. It was a mistake. Honest, Jim, it was a complete mistake. If I'd have known that them two fellas weren't coppers, I'd have never said a word. Jackie, you know I wouldn't do anything like that to you, love. Jackie, believe me.
Well, I hope you're satisfied. I hope revenge tastes sweet for you.
No, Jackie, it wasn't like that. Jackie, honest.
May I take your coat?
Oh, that's all right. I won't be staying long.
Oh, well, do sit down.
Dave, I'll just do us a cup. Oh, I didn't know you had a visitor.
This is Mrs. Campbell.
Stella, please.
Just call me Julia.
Mrs. Stella is here in connection with the body they just found at the parade.
Oh, are you from the police? Well, I can fill you in on all that's been going on at the Cork Hills. It's all a tangled web of drugs, and adultery. I blame the parents.
Julia, would you mind making us that cup of coffee you promised?
Oh, I love a good mystery. Oh, give me an early night and a cup of cocoa and an Agatha Crispin. Oh.
Right. Well, here we are. Oh, excuse me.
Milk and sugar.
Yes, please.
Do you live locally, love?
Oh, Jack, do come in.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know you had company.
Stella, this is Jack Sullivan. Stella Campbell.
Nice to meet you, love.
Pleased to meet you.
So, I'll take them cottons now, if you don't mind.
Jack's been telling me that I was chasing rainbows trying to identify this mystery body, but now he seems to have developed a bit of an interest in it himself.
So you'll know my brother's name might be on David's list?
Sorry, I should have explained. Stella is Henry Fraser's younger sister. Actually, it's quite fortuitous that we met up because, as a result of what Stella's told me, her brother Henry is very much back on my list of possibles.
Right, that's the last one.
I think it's a bit much. Ron expecting me to do all this on my own. Thank goodness you were here to help me.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid it'll be the first and last time. Anyway, at least you didn't have to drive the Moby.
Well, he can forget that.
Right, I'm going to get back to fixing the window locks and see if I can sort something out for supper. Now, what time's Danny?
Look, Holly, are you sure we should tell Dan about Nat and Georgia? Can't we leave it a little bit longer?
You know we can't.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Just helping your mum out. Mr. Dixon's not in today.
Oh, great. Have a packet of crisps?
Please.
Sorry, please.
Now, Dan, your mum and I need to have a word with you later on.
Why? What have I done?
You haven't done anything.
I was going to go around to Phillips later.
Yeah, well, you'll have to do that another time. We need to have a word.
What about?
It's, about Nat and Georgia.
What about them?
Just get yourself off home now, Dan. We'll talk about it later. Look, do we have to tell him? I'm absolutely dreading this. Couldn't we seek professional help?
Belle, we have to tell him tonight. We can't involve anyone else with this. We have to sort it out ourselves. I'll see you later.
Bye, Max. Look, do you have to fill this house up with the over 55s club?
I think I'm entitled to have a few guests around occasionally.
Where's Susanna?
Your guess is as good as mine. Out with her friend Nigel, possibly?
Spending more of my money, eh?
Shouldn't you be at the restaurant?
Well, I don't really see the point. I mean, Patricia will be wanting 50% of the house and the business by Friday. I'll probably be closed down next week.
It's a bit defeatist, isn't it?
Look, David, you could help me on this. Why don't you talk to Patricia? Ask her to extend the deadline. I need more time.
No, I'm sorry, I can't. It's not going to drag on forever, you know. Legally and morally, Patricia is entitled to her 50%.
Look, why don't you ask her to wait until at least after Christmas?
I'm sorry, Max. You can't keep putting things off. When Friday comes, your time is up.
Shouldn't you try and get some sleep?
I couldn't. Not now.
You gonna phone the police again? Try and find out where we can have the funeral.
What's the use? They said it could be weeks.
I need to bury him, Jimmy.
I know. But what can we do?
I've got to sleep.
You're not going back to the Dixons, are you?
Man says I could stay a couple more nights. Well, that's what he said this morning.
Can't you stay here with me?
I'm sorry, Jimmy, I can't. I've made my decision. This has got nothing to do with little Jimmy. I'd already left you, remember? I'll keep in touch.
You sure you're all right?
Yeah. Just going over to see me dad.
Linz, I'm sorry, love. I didn't mean it to happen. I just didn't realise. Wish I could turn the clock back.
Yeah, I wish we could. Where is it? I won't be long.
Okay. Can't blame her for hating me.
Why not?
She doesn't.
Just on my way over to see me dad. How is he?
Down,
See you later.
Jackie, I didn't know those fellas weren't policemen, love. Honest, that's the truth. I just wanted to get back at little Jimmy for hurting you. I hate myself for what I've done.
Got to get some sleep, Ron.
Oh, Jackie, I'm awful sorry, love. Can you forgive me? I didn't realise.
Got to try and sleep, Ron. I'm going to get me duvet.
Yeah, well, can I get you anything, love? I don't know what to do, son. What do I say?
Look, don't push it, Dad. Just give her some time. I mean, she's come back to you, hasn't she?
Yeah, but for how long?
Dad? Dad? Where are you going?
Don't know. Out. Away from here.
You'll be all right, won't you?
I don't know. I expect so.
Dad?
You wouldn't, do anything.
Oh. You and all. Would I go back on the drugs? Well, yeah, that's crossed my mind, I suppose, yeah. Just blanking everything out with a couple of bags of smack. Yeah, it'd be dead easy, that, wouldn't it? Forget this lot.
Dad, you've been amazing these last few weeks. The way you've tried to get the family back together, and you've helped our little Jimmy. But my mum, she'd never look at you again.
It's too late for that, love. I've already lost her. I'll never get her back now.
Why aren't you at work?
Why aren't you?
Well, someone's got to organise Christmas. I can't remember you ever doing anything
You've
about
been on a
it.
spending spree again, haven't you? I mean, do you realise what's going on here? You're spending money hand over fist, and I'm about to lose the restaurant and this house.
Oh, don't be so dramatic.
This has gone on long enough. Look, what is the point of buying Christmas presents if the children are going to be opening them on some park bench somewhere because we're homeless? Now, where's the money coming from?
Oh, keep calm, Matt.
How can I keep calm? You are spending money on a new car, Matthew's school fees, expensive clothes, and I also know you've been having secret meetings with a man called Nigel. Now, what's going on, Susanna?
We're not married, Max. I'm quite at liberty to see whoever I want.
Is this Nigel character? Is he giving you money?
Don't be so absurd.
You're having an affair with him, aren't you? That's why he's giving you money.
First you accuse me of embezzlement, now you're calling me a prostitute. No, I'm not having an affair.
Then why are you seeing this man?
I can't tell you, Max. You'll just have to trust me.
Susanna, we are talking about the business and this house, and you want me to trust you?
Yes. Exciting, isn't it?
Daniel, could you come down for a moment, please? What are you doing?
You just need the one.
I don't want you doped out on these things, and we've got to talk to Dan.
Ollie, please.
No.
What?
Can you sit down, please, Dan?
Okay. Now, what do you want to talk to me about?
Well, your mum and I, what we wanted to say.
Look, please, Ollie, is this really necessary?
Do you know what incest is?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, there's something that affects us all, that we have to tell you.
I know. You what?
What do you know?
About Nat and Georgia.
How do you know? How?
Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
Daniel, I want to know who told you.
Well, they were in Nat's room, and I saw them in bed, so I ran outside, and that's when I got hit by Mr. Farnham. I don't want you to hate Mike's dad. He just didn't realise what he was doing.
I don't hate him, love. I hate myself for ever going anywhere near drugs.
Why did you?
Oh, because life's not fair. It's not, Linz. All I ever wanted to do was to give your mum the best. Best day of my life when I met her. And all I've done is ruin everything. I used to see blokes with big cars, you know. Good jobs, fancy houses, all the rest of it. And I just wanted that for your mum. And what happened when I tried to get it? Most of the time when you and our little Jimmy were kids, I was in Walton jail. But every time I came out, I used to think, well, it'll get better. You know, that I'd get a good job, be able to buy myself an house and a car and everything, but well, never happened. And all the time I kept seeing everyone else doing great. They used to come in the club. I was working my backside off for Barry Grant for buttons, and they used to come in flashing the money, talking about what fancy car they were going to get next. Snorting coke. And, well, I wanted to be like them. Worst thing I ever did. Because it started everything that ended in there. When our little Jimmy was murdered. All I was trying to do was, be like other people. Just get what they had, like, what have I got now? I've got nothing now.
Air crash investigation, including the ongoing analysis of the TWA disaster in America, is the subject next on 4 in Black Box. Over on ITV shortly, Soldier Soldier.
You're trying to suggest that what you two have been doing is perfectly normal. And even worse, you're allowing Dan to think that it's normal. Well, let me tell you, it isn't. He's at a very impressionable age. Do you want him growing up thinking that it's okay for a brother and sister to sleep together?
No, of course we don't. Why are you trying to poison him against us?
May I remind you that you two started all this? You can't really imagine for one moment that this hasn't had a very serious effect on him. He needs guidance. He needs to be told that what you two have done is unforgivable.
He seems to be handling it okay.
Oh, and could he have handled it if Max Farnham had killed him when he ran in front of his car? Would you have kept your secret then? Would you have ever told your mother and I what really happened that day? It's about time you two face facts. Your mother and I have even lied to the police on your behalf. Well, that's it. We've done all that we're doing. You can forget about our support from now on. You just carry on with your sordid little lives and don't bother us or Daniel.
Ollie, wanted to have a word with you about my book, mate.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mike, but I'm very busy.
Well, I just wondered what you thought of it so
yeah,
far.
well, I'm very sorry, but this just isn't a good time.
None of this is your fault, you know, Ron. Jimmy's not going to attack you.
Yeah, but after yesterday, I wouldn't blame him. I still remember how I felt when I found out about our Tony. I could have killed Jimmy then for what he did.
He won't do anything to you. He knows it was a mistake. You didn't know them fellas were, did you?
I just wish I hadn't.
You didn't kill him.
I didn't think you'd come back yesterday, after hearing what happened. Thought it was all over.
It was never really on, was it?
But I thought we were going off together. Making you start somewhere else.
Well, that was before last Friday. Look, Ron, I can't make any decisions right now. I mean, I've told you that. I don't want any pressure. I know I said I was going to live with you properly, but I'm just not ready for that, you know. Not with my son dead. Can you understand that?
Yeah. Yeah, I can. Just having it here's enough.
Hello there.
I just had to come back here. I suppose you've heard.
Yes, I read about it in the local paper. I'm sorry.
It's strange. As soon as I heard about this body being found, I felt that this time it was our Harry. Then when the police came round yesterday, I just knew I'd found him at last. Thank you for your, well, for your interest.
Oh, not at all. I'm just glad that I was able to help and that you found out what became of your brother.
I think I'll just stay here on my own for a bit.
Yes. Oh, yes, of course. Well, goodbye then. And, good luck.
Hello, Stella.
Hello, Jack.
You all right?
Not too bad.
Hey, don't be standing out here in the cold, eh, love? Come up to the flat. Have a cup of tea.
Oh, thanks. That'd be nice.
Oh, hello again, Mrs. Campbell. I just had to come and offer you my condolences. I read all about it in the papers. I'm very sorry. Didn't you know that poor soul they found buried down there? He's finally been identified. It was Mrs. Campbell's brother. Henry Fraser, wasn't it, love?
So, after all this time, I might finally find out what happened. The detective told me there could be a full and thorough investigation.
Hello. Did you see your dad? Yeah. He told me to tell you the inquest is opening on Friday, 11:30. Mum, do you mind if I don't go? Just a bit scared of getting upset and that, you know. Yeah, it's all right, love. Me and your dad will be there. Thanks, eh? I'll see you to the washing. No, I've got to keep busy, love. Hiya.
Hiya.
Give our Kylie a bath?
No, sorry, I forgot.
Oh, my. What have you been doing?
I've been over to see Ollie Simpson about my book, I told you.
And what did he say?
I had to go to work. He said he was too busy.
Well, isn't there anything you could be doing while you're waiting to hear from him?
Well, actually, yeah, I was thinking about it, actually. I was thinking of doing something about the Dixons and the Corkills, you know, the feud between the two families and how we're sorted together and that.
You are?
Well, when you think about it, it'd be a good book.
Mike, what are you on about? Don't you think we've got enough worries without you trying to write about them? Oh, look, Mike, can't you just do this in your spare time and get a proper job during the day?
No, I'm happy the way I am. I don't want to just do a job for the sake of it. I want to be doing what I'm into, and if I make a few bob along the way, then fair enough. But I don't want to be stuck in a job for 20 years and miss out on the chance of something I want to do.
So I keep slogging away at the pizza parlour and we carry on living here?
I'm sorry, Linz, but that's what I want to do, and I'm going to do it.
All right. Didn't expect you. Come in.
Listen, Jim, I came over because I was wondering if I should go round to the police and tell them about them two fellas.
No.
But I'm the only one that can give them a description. I can help catch them.
Forget about it. Drink.
I'm the one who's responsible for all this, remember? I'm the Judas who told them where to find your Jimmy.
Listen, I shouldn't have said what I said yesterday.
What if they come back? Have you thought about that? What happens if they come back looking for you, or Jackie, or Lindsay, or Kylie, any of us? We should have them put away.
Forget about the police. All they need to know is that our little Jimmy owed money to dealers.
Don't you want them caught?
There's no point. Look, you can go to the police and tell them everything you know, but they won't catch them. They've long gone. What's the point anyway? Won't bring my lad back. Nothing can do that.
But they killed your son. They can't just get away with it.
What are we on about here, Mum? Revenge? An eye for an eye? Haven't we had enough of that?
Listen, George. You okay?
Yeah. Oh, it's just what Dad said earlier.
Yeah. He doesn't think too much of us, does he?
If Dan had died, we wouldn't have kept it to ourselves, would we? I mean, we would have told them. He thinks we're some sort of monsters.
Well, look, now he's washed his hands of us. Why don't we do what he said? I don't want to see it. So why don't I move in with you?
You can't.
I'm not staying here, George, not now.
It's mad.
No, it's not. Look, we're going to deny the charge, right? So what's the last thing a brother and sister on an incest charge would do? Get a flat together. Well, can you think of a better way of proving we're innocent?
I don't know.
We can do it, George. We've talked about it a million times. Just getting a place together. Getting on with our lives. I want to do it. Can you think of a better solution?
Mum and Dad were a bit on the strict side with us. I was never allowed out. Not until I started courting Graham. That was after Harry went missing. The only reason Dad let me go out with Graham was because they worked together on the ships. Our Harry used to write to me every other week. Still got postcards from all over the world. I just kept on hoping he was still alive. What did our Harry ever do to anyone? Why would anyone ever want to kill him?
So, how's Jackie?
She's... you know.
Don't say she's all right, because she's over there with you and not here with me.
No. No, she's not fine. She's just dashing around. I don't know whether it's hit her properly yet. She doesn't seem to know what to do with herself. I found her clean and everything.
I feel as if I've got a great big hole in my chest. You know, and I can't plug it up. Did you feel like that when you're Tony yet?
The hole's still there. Not all the time, but most of it. If I could just turn the clock back.
Oh, I wish I could. I'm to blame for your Tony. All those weeks I kept quiet. While I was raising money to send him to the hospital in America. Did a terrible thing to your family, Mum. At least you never did anything like that to me.
You lost your son because of me. Like you said. An eye for an eye.
No, it's not the same. I mean, your Tony, he was just a kid. An innocent. Our little Jimmy was looking for trouble. Like father, like son. How could it be any different having me as a dad? Look, man, I don't want you to blame yourself for what happened. Me and Jackie, we know you did what you thought was right. What any decent person would do. Oh, it's not your fault. It's mine. I killed him.
tell you what a change it makes to come in here and not have to deal with that awful Bev.
Well, you should have tried working for her. Anyway, I've already made a few changes. Ron sent me to the cash and carry yesterday, so I bought a few new lines.
Oh.
Have a look.
Oh, I'm impressed.
Where's the steady?
I beg your pardon?
What on earth's that?
Steady. Sterilised milk in a tall, thin bottle. Bev used to get me a couple every week.
Oh, well, I'll try and get you some next time I go.
Oh, it's all right, don't bother. I'll order them off the milkman.
Well, if you've lost one customer, at least I'll be coming in a little bit more often. And I'll take this.
Well, that's if I'm still here.
Oh, why shouldn't you be?
We've had a few more problems with Nat and Georgia. We spoke to Danny last night, and apparently he's known all about them for some time. That's why he ran out in front of Max's car. He saw them together.
Oh, hello, Ron. How's Mrs. Corkill coping?
She's bearing up.
And, what about Bev? Will she coming back here to work?
I shouldn't think so. Belle, Terry tells me that you haven't got his milk. It was on the list, wasn't it?
Yes, well, I decided to change a few of the lines, you know, introduce a few new things. I didn't want to overspend.
You what?
Well, I'll leave you to it. Bye, Ron. Bye, Belle.
Bye.
What new lines?
Behind you.
Old English Christmas pudding. Apricot and almond stuffing mix. Garlic pate. Pesto. What the hell's pesto?
Oh, it's a sort of sauce, and you put
Who do you think is going to buy all this?
Well, they're very good quality. A lot of the customers have really admired them.
Yes, but who has bought any?
Susanna Farnham's just brought a Christmas pudding.
Most of my customers are a million miles away from Susanna's snobby Farnham. This lot will still be on the shelves come Millennium Christmas. This is the Trading Post, Belle. It's not Harrods food store. It's my own fault, though, my own fault. I knew I shouldn't have let you go on your own.
I was a buyer for a major department store. Now, I think I can handle a corner shop.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like that to me, love.
I wanted to give the customers more choice.
This is a convenience store. You've got to know your market. Oh, Mrs. Jones round the corner. She wants piccalilli and spam. Not garlic pate and flipping pesto.
If I'm to work in this shop full-time, then I think I should have a say.
No, love. It's what I say that matters.
Well, in that case, I resign.
You what? Hey, no, hold on, love, hold on. No need to be hasty, is there?
I'm sorry, I will not be patronised. I know what I'm talking about. Goodbye.
But, Belle, hold on.
I better be going. Oh, I suppose I'll have to start organising the funeral now. The police and the coroner are meeting tomorrow. Hopefully they'll give the go-ahead to release the remains.
If there's anything I can do.
You've been really helpful already, just listening.
Oh, excuse me.
Hi, love.
Oh, are you still here?
Oh, just on my way, actually.
Oh. I'm sorry to bother you, love, but I forgot to mention it before. What are you doing tonight?
Well,
Oh, right. I realise you had visitors.
Well, I've got 2 tickets for the pictures and Dolly Sparrow can't make it. It's a special showing of Brief Encounter.
I don't think I'm that keen on all that science fiction stuff.
I think you're thinking of Close Encounters, Dad.
It's a love story. Very romantic, with Frankie Howard as Celia Johnson.
Anyway, I'd better get going. Thanks again, Jack.
Okay, love.
So, are you taking me out or what?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, go on, put her out of her misery.
All right, love. Yeah.
Lovely. I'll see you later then, eh?
Yeah, okay.
Ta.
See ya. So, who's the mystery woman that's obviously got Julia Brogan's back up?
Stella Campbell. She's the sister of the fella they found under your club.
You're joking.
There it is, in the paper. They've only just identified him.
Well, didn't you say you could remember him going missing?
No. Never heard of him till the other day.
Yes, you did. I'm sure you said you knew something about him.
Well, if I did leave it, eh? Should have kept the trap shut.
I'm finished. Can't raise the money. Well, not by Friday, anyway.
I told you to trust me, Max.
Talk about shopping while Rome burns. Got to have a roof over my head this time next week.
Poor old Max.
All the troubles of the world on his shoulders.
It's no laughing matter. I'm losing everything while you've been busy setting yourself up. With Nigel, presumably.
All right. The cavalry has arrived.
What?
You know Nigel? He's my solicitor.
Lord, you're not sending me to court as well, are you?
No, Max. Nigel is negotiating with Patricia's lawyers on our behalf.
You've been negotiating with Patricia, but she's my wife. Why on earth wasn't I consulted?
Nigel and Patricia's lawyers have worked out a way of keeping this roof over your head and the restaurant, and Patricia gets 50%.
How?
By bringing a partner to inject capital, you'd still keep your job as manager, and you wouldn't lose the house or have to sell up.
Oh, so all we need to do now is find a substantial investor by 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Brilliant, Susanna.
We've already found one.
Who?
Me.
Oh, Susanna. We are talking about thousands of pounds here. Now, where on earth are you going to find money like that?
Well, Max, I had to tell you a teeny white lie about our old house in Formby. I didn't blow the money in America. I kept the proceeds and invested it. Quite well, as it turned out.
You lied to me. You deliberately deceived me.
Yes, Max. Like you did when you started an affair with Patricia.
I don't believe this. You've been crying poverty all these years. I mean, no wonder you can afford to buy new cars and school fees and designer frocks. You had all that money in the bank and you didn't even think of telling me?
Because if you'd have got your hands on it, you'd have frittered it away on the restaurant, on Patricia and the children. It was my insurance policy. I needed to see that you were really willing to support me and the children again. Well, you've proved that. And now I've come to save you from Patricia in your hour of need. It's all worked out rather neatly, hasn't it?
What are you doing?
Sorting things out for Odsy.
I can do that.
Told you. Want to pay me away. Did you see Jimmy?
Yes. And I told you, Jack, I couldn't really believe it. I didn't get the reception I expected. Told me it wasn't my fault.
Well, that meant a lot to him, you know, you going over there.
He doesn't want me to go to the police either.
Why?
In case those thugs come back looking for any of us. He says he's not interested in getting revenge on them.
Unpredictable, Jimmy. Never does what you expect.
You're not having second thoughts, are you, Jack? About leaving him?
No, Ron, I'm not.
Just wish I could be more sure of you.
Not even sure of myself, love. I just need more time, you know, that's all.
Yeah. Listen, I was thinking, you know, you said that you wanted to keep busy. Well, how do you fancy coming back to work in the shop?
Cocktail Simpson?
Not anymore, I haven't.
What? You've sacked her just so you can give me my old job back?
No, nothing like that. No, she walked out on me, love. She, resigned.
Why was that?
Well, we had a disagreement. She was trying to buy all kinds of fancy stock for the shop. She was turning the place into Fortnum and Mason's.
So the shop's closed?
Yes, but it could be open again tomorrow morning if you'd agree to come back. You used to enjoy it, didn't you?
Yeah, well, let's just take one step at a time, eh? Just no decisions just yet.
Belle.
In here.
Oh, I thought I'd find you in the shop, but it was closed.
I don't work there anymore.
Ron didn't take up your references, did he?
No, of course he didn't. I walked out.
What?
Look, here I am, doing my best to improve that shop, and all he can do is give me a load of patronising rubbish, so I told him what he could do with his job.
Belle, you need that job, not just for the money, but for your self-respect. Would you put those back?
No, I need them.
First sign of trouble and you just run away. Pack your job in, take those things.
Well, we should never have come here, should we?
Oh, and whose fault was that?
Mum, Dad, I'm leaving.
What?
Where are you going? I'm going to stay with Georgia at her flat.
Oh, no, you're not. You've got a court case coming up. Do you realise what you'd be risking?
Look, after what you said this morning, you've made it pretty clear I'm not welcome here. All right? You said we're on our own, so...
Look, please, Nat, the police will find out.
You're staying here. I'm not having you two openly living together.
Look, even if the police do find out, what can they prove? How many brothers and sisters do you know that live together? Hundreds. Don't worry about us. We'll be fine. You just worry about Daniel.
The nationwide manhunt continues next here on 4. Stay with us for the live action in Wanted.
Don't forget, if you need any cookers, fridges, anything like that, I'm your man.
Oh, well, what about a fuse mate, then, Nat? Or an electric toaster?
Oh, yeah, electric toaster, I have got one of them. And for my neighbours, 10% discount because it was an unwanted wedding present.
Yeah, OK, then you're on. I'll come round and get it later.
All right, I'm going to go sit in bed. I'll see you later. Yeah?
All right.
OK.
Hey, Ollie, getting rid of the pair of them, eh? Only want to go now.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? Rubbing our faces in it.
What's all this then, doing a flit? Didn't think I upset you that much.
Nat's moving in with me in the flat above the pizza parlour.
Chicks are flying the nest, eh?
Yeah.
Look, love, I just want to apologise over that little disagreement the other day.
Well, I don't like being patronised.
Yeah, well, I've got a few personal problems at the moment, you know, and, well, I shouldn't have brought them to work. I know I was wrong. But I was wondering if you could come back to work at the shop. I really need you.
Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah, she'll come back.
I said I'm not sure.
Don't you think you need this job at the moment?
Well, it would have to be on my terms.
Well, I could put you up 50p an hour.
Well, 75p, and I get more of a say in what we buy in.
Yeah, but it's true what I said, love. It's a convenience store.
Yes, but you haven't given my new lines a chance. If they don't go, fair enough, you decide what we stock, but at least give them a try.
Yeah, all right. But no more new lines until we see how these go, all right?
Agreed.
Right, nice one. There you go. Now, look, no rush. I can see you're busy, but if you could open up by 10:30.
Fine.
Thanks, love.
All right. How you feeling?
I don't know, really. A bit nervous, I suppose. Will I have to go in the witness box?
No. Not today, anyway.
Are you sure?
I found that cop who interviewed us, you know, he said all I'll have to do is say I was the one who identified Jimmy's body. Then the police will just adjourn it, you know, until the investigation's all finished.
Do you think they've caught anyone yet?
Love, they won't stand a chance. Not unless Ron Dixon makes a statement. And he won't want to do that.
You said he would have done, you know. You don't want him to.
I just don't want them murdering swines coming back. I've got you to think of now, and Lindsay and little Kylie. And Ron and his family.
They'll never catch them all. They'll never pay for what they did to our little Jimmy.
I think we better go in.
Hang on a minute, mate. I can't go as fast as you. My legs are too short. Let's have a little breather, eh?
Hope you don't mind a bit of drilling. I've got loads of these to hang. With all this noise going on, won't make any difference to me.
Hiya, girls. Settling in all right, are you, love?
Yeah, great, thanks.
Oh,
She's just moving in with her brother.
Oh, that would be nice. It wasn't the same in my day, you know. You had to be married before you could get your own place. Not that I'm against it, like. I mean to say, you young ones need to do your own thing, don't you? See you girls.
It's your official welcome from Julia. Yeah. Where's your dad? Has he come to help? Oh, I shouldn't think so. I'll just go and fix us a coffee, I think.
There's enough dust in here to start a desert.
I'm glad you're proving to be useful. I'll get it.
Hiya.
Oh, yeah, come in.
I hope you don't mind, Terry. I just want to see your dad for a minute.
You can't leave him alone, can you? Here he is, he's all yours.
Oh, wait, you should have seen that film last night, Terry. Oh, do you know, I nearly cried when Celia Johnson had to say goodbye to that Frankie Howard.
I'm getting off, see ya.
No sense of romance, you young ones.
What can I do for you, love?
I've got 2 tickets for the Brookside Comp PTA Christmas do. Mick Johnson was selling them, and I was wondering if you'd like to escort me.
Well, that's very kind of you, Julia, but I don't think so.
Mick said it'll be a good do, Wild West theme, and he said they got a lovely buffet as well.
Better find somebody else, eh?
What's wrong? You enjoyed yourself last night, didn't you?
I did, yes. It was very nice. But, well, I'm just not in the mood now.
What's wrong with you?
I've been thinking about Stella Campbell.
Oh, aye. And what about her?
Well, she was telling me about her brother. About how she spent 30 years trying to find out about him. If our Teddy hadn't got the builders in, she'd probably never have known. It got to me, that's all. I feel really sorry for her.
Oh, I hope they catch the wicked article that did it. He deserves life for what he did. And he should have his neck stretched for what he's put that poor woman through.
It was a long time ago, though, wasn't it?
Oh, it's never too late for justice. You wouldn't say that about the Nazi war criminals, would you? Oh, I hope his conscience has given him sleepless nights, the same as that poor Stella has had. See ya.
George wants the other chair up.
Oh, right. Well, coming up.
Cheers, Simmer, for this. We couldn't have done it without it.
Oh, well, it's your money, all part of the service.
It's going home.
Oh, well, Nat's moving in with his sister, and I'm just giving him a hand. Excuse me.
Oh.
See, going public, are we?
No, we're just getting a flat together, all right?
Oh, come on, don't insult my intelligence. I suppose you're behind this, eh?
No, it was my idea, my decision.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I can't believe how arrogant you've both been. You'll be starting a family next. I hope you haven't given this your blessing.
Of course not. I'm totally against it.
Yeah, well, I should think so too.
Why do you have to be so intolerant? No one else knows anything about us.
I know. And Susanna knows. You don't care, do you? You'll just parade your disgusting behaviour, in spite of what anybody else thinks.
Look, I really don't think this is the
what?
time.
Like you did with your curb crawling?
I hope you're very proud of them.
You don't care about anybody else, do you? Me, your mum, Dan. You don't care who you hurt.
All right, Solly, what do you reckon, then?
About what?
About my book. Have you had a chance to read it?
Oh, come on, Max, you don't expect me to believe that?
I'm telling you, it's true.
Brother and sister, you're joking.
I should know. I've seen it with my own eyes. Oh. Look, you take it from me, it's the truth.
How do I know you're not just making this up because you don't like them or something?
Terry, this is deadly serious. You've got to get them out of that flat. It's disgusting.
Look, so long as they pay the rent on time and don't sell the fixtures and fittings, then I'm quite happy to take a chance with them.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn you. You'll find out soon enough anyway. Read about it in the papers when it goes to court.
How many more inquiries do they have to make, eh? Why can't they just release this body?
It's all part of the procedure, look. Red tape and that. Yeah, what they got on his head. I mean, he did apologise, but they've got to do these things properly, you know.
I just want to feel settled. At least laid most of that mortuary.
I know. Look, it won't be long, probably just a few weeks.
I just feel so lost, you know, just hanging around. Wait until we can put him to rest.
Come on, let's go for a coffee down the road, eh?
I've got to get back and I've got to tell Aunt Lindsay what happens in here.
But 10 minutes won't make any difference, will it?
She'll be waiting for me.
I just want to talk. I mean, I've hardly seen you since... well, you know. Please, love.
You're not going to change my mind, you know, Jim. That's what you're trying to do.
Just a coffee. All right.
Hello? Hi.
Oh, hi.
What's been going on here? What's happened to the wallpaper?
Oh, it was naff.
I put that up myself. It hasn't even been up 12 months. It was good stuff.
We just wanted the decorations to go with our stuff.
Well, tenants on short leases aren't supposed to redecorate, you know. Didn't you read the agreement?
Don't you like it?
I mean, yeah, it's all right, yeah. But, you know, technically I could ask you to leave.
Is that your idea or Max Farnham's?
Well...
Look, we saw you talking to him outside.
He's been telling all sorts of stories about us. We don't know why.
Let's be honest. None of my business, is it?
Well, no, it isn't really. And Nat signed the new tenancy agreement last night. I think you'll find we're the legal residents here for the next 6 months with full tenancy rights.
Yeah, I find. Fair enough, Right, I'll leave you to it then. See ya. Ta-ra.
See ya.
Right.
What did he want?
He was just being nosy. Max Farnham's been telling tales out of school.
You see, it's happening already. People are going to find out.
No, they're not. We put Terry straight. We told him Farnham's just been spreading lies.
We just want to be left alone to get on with it. It's mad you and Mum trying to keep us apart. We're not animals.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what people will think when they find out.
Look, Dad, I'm sorry. I promise I never ever wanted to fall out with you and Mum. I couldn't bear to lose you as our parents. But you're just going to have to accept this. This is what we're going to do. Me and Nat have to be together.
But do you love him?
I don't know. I care for Ron. I really care for him.
So when did it all start?
About 3 years ago.
You and him? It's been going on that long?
It could have turned into an affair, but I backed off. Ron booked a hotel, you know, in Harrogate. Some shopkeeper's thing. And he asked me to go with him.
Very romantic. Did you?
No, I didn't. I told you I couldn't do it. We kissed each other once. In the back of the shop. And that was that. I was tempted, Jim, I won't deny it, but I didn't. Then Bev come along.
Well, you and him had a thing going all the time he was with Bev.
Not till very recently. Since our little Jimmy come back home.
So, when did you sleep with him, like?
I haven't slept with him. We had one night together in the hotel, but nothing happened. I just wanted, I don't know, some comfort, that's all.
Well, look, if it's no big thing with him, why don't you come back? I mean, like, stay in the house till our Jimmy's.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I can't come back to you. I've made my decision. I'm staying with Ron.
But it seems stupid. Look, if you don't love him, I don't see what difference it makes.
I don't care what you think, Jimmy. This isn't some sort of contest where I'm being forced to make a choice between you and Ron Dixon. I'm not having that. It's me and what I want that's important.
waiting. The city centre was like a madhouse.
You've been gone hours.
I told you. It was complicated. Now, Nigel wants you to sign this. We have to fax it over to him no later than 4 o'clock so he can transfer the money to Patricia today.
Patricia signed this.
Yes, I know. 4 days ago. And I've signed this afternoon, so all we need now is your signature. Sign this and Patricia will have no more claims on you. Just a lump sum in total settlement. Courtesy of me. Come on, Max. We haven't got all that long before we have to fax it.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, Max. You're not going to go all silly about this, are you? I haven't gone to all this trouble for nothing, have I?
No, it just seems so final.
It won't be completely final until the divorce goes through.
It feels like a big part of my life has just gone with one quick signature.
It could be worse, Max. You could still be on the verge of bankruptcy. If she goes through the courts, you could lose everything.
Yeah, I could.
At least she gets what she wants, and you survive. Max, it's the best deal you're going to get.
Is it?
It's better than being homeless at Christmas. At least you'll still have the business, and us, the roof over our heads. Oh, Max, take a deep breath and sign this. Please.
I want loads of decorations.
Yeah, and a tree, but a real one, not a phony one.
Yeah.
Listen, after we've gone shopping, do you want to go for a drink?
Yeah.
Hiya, you all right? There you go, one toaster. Good as new. I've even fitted a free plug.
Oh, cheers, Sinbad. That's great.
How much is it?
To you, a £5.
Don't worry, Scrooge. I'll get it. I suppose I'll have to pay for our celebration drink as well.
Yeah, well, I'm a poverty-stricken student. remember?
What's the celebration?
Merry Christmas. We're celebrating our new flat and a bright future together. Just the two of us.
Oh, well, congratulations. See you.
Sign it, Max. There isn't all that much time left.
I feel like I'm being manipulated, Susan.
Had to protect mine and the children's interests. It was my only option. Don't you want us to be together?
Yes, of course I do.
Then sign it. The only way we can be together properly is if Patricia is out of the picture and in our past.
It's your money. Look, you are essentially taking over my business. If I sign this, the restaurant would belong to you and David.
And if you don't sign it, it will be owned by some complete stranger who won't care one bit for all the hard work you've put in. And anyway, I thought you wanted us to work together. It's what you've always said.
But it wouldn't be mine anymore. What you're saying is, I'd be the manager.
But it'd be secure, Max. And that's how I'll feel when you sign this. It's the only way.
Yeah, all yours.
Thank you. And you'll get it back soon. I promise you.
What are you going to do? Put it in my Christmas stocking?
A bit later than that, perhaps. If we were to marry, then half of this would be yours again. Wouldn't it?
You've been gone ages. Where have you been?
I had to go round the shops, you know. Tell old Lindsay what happened at the inquest. They still won't release little Jimmy's body.
I'm sorry, love. I saw you going to the house with Jimmy.
Yeah. I said I'd do some washing for him. That's all right.
Thought you two were meant to be finished.
You're as bad as he is.
trying to lay claim on me every chance you get. Can't you see I'm too busy grieving to even think about you and Jimmy?
Hill, I'm sorry, Jack, but I'm just worried in case you go back to him. You've done it so many
Yeah,
times.
I can't stand any more of this, Ron. Maybe I should go round to Val's.
No. Look, there's no need for that. OK, look. I'm sorry I pressurised you, honest.
Are you sure?
Yeah. The sooner you were here, love.
Oh, it's freezing out there. What are you doing with this lot?
Should we call in Mum and Dad?
Why?
I don't know, just clear the air a bit, try and make it up to them.
No, not tonight. Let's just enjoy ourselves for once, eh?
Yeah.
I know. Let's pay a visit and farm them.
What? You must be joking.
Oh, come on, let's get that stuck-up prat a Christmas message. Come on.
Look, Dad, I know I haven't seen you for a while, but I do know when there's something wrong, you know. What is it? I mean, is it something to do with this dead fella? Did you know him or something?
Why do you think I came back here?
Because you saw my name in the papers when they found the body under the club.
I couldn't believe it, son. I opened the paper, and there it was. Something I've been trying to forget for 30 years. I couldn't believe the twist of fate. It's a nightmare.
What is?
This Stella made everything worse. Finding out that she waited 30 years for news of her brother.
Dad, come on, what are you going on about?
She'd never speak to me again if she knew the truth. You can do something. In a split second. And it can echo down the years. And then explode right above your head.
Come on, Dad, what is this? I mean, you can tell me, you know.
I don't think I can, lad.
Of course you can. Come on, Dad.
I came back here because I had to know what was going to happen to Harry Fraser.
But why?
Because one night, 30 years ago, I had a fight with Harry Fraser. I hit him. I killed him.
There you go. What do you think of that? Merry Christmas, fascist.
Come on, George, let's go.
Don't be such a spoilsport. It was your idea to come here in the first place.
What on earth do you think you're doing?
Merry Christmas, Maxie.
Come on, George, leave him to it.
No, get off. I want to tell Mr. High and Mighty Farnham exactly what I think of him.
What's going on?
Oh, have you seen what they've done?
Not standing for this.
Oh, off he goes, Mr. Self-Righteous, forcing his morality on everyone.
Morality, you don't know the meaning of the word.
Oh, Saint Max! Never done anything wrong in your whole life.
Because it's against the law, that's why. Your brother and sister, for God's sake, it's incest.
Oh, my God.
Georgia, inside now.
Oh, didn't everyone know? Me and Nat, we're lovers.
Enough. Inside.
No! I want everyone to know where they heard it first when they read it in the papers. Go on, back inside, all of you, back in there. Tut, tut, aren't they disgusting? Maybe you should all try looking at your own lives before you start moralising about everyone else.
Get inside now, and you.
Visit Caroline in the City next on 4 and find out what Richard's doing in his apartment with a naked woman and her boyfriend on ITV Staying Alive.